Here on JV TV Anime. Today, yes, we are celebrating another One Piece holiday. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you, these just get better and better each week. Thankfully, we didn't have a break this week. Um, I just love the fact we're getting so much more information with each passing chapter. I love the fact that Oda doesn't always just have to, just throw a bunch of like just action chapters at us to keep us engaged. He always does a great job of just letting his golden pen do the work for him. And I'm gonna get my guy Anime Goo in here, and we're gonna talk some peak fiction. Because I mean, hey, what else can you call it at this point? It's really just that good. I'm gonna keep it a brick with you. Oda's done it again. He's that good. He's that guy. So, I'm gonna give it a second for my guy to make his way here, and we're just gonna talk about the cover page for a second until he gets here. Because Oda loves to just sprinkle in hidden gems in there. Oh, here's my guy now. Uh, oh, always feel so old. Yeah, you can tell I don't be on live a lot. So, I can't be doing this right. Damn, I feel so fucking old. When someone's going, you can see their live videos. Also, expect no. All right, here we go. Yes, sir. Now we cooking.
Yes, sir.
Yo, yo, my guy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, oh, that's what I like to hear. Uh, yet, yet again, we got another One Piece holiday. Uh,
Oh, facts. The info is crazy right now.
that's what I was just telling the people in the chat.
Yeah, it's looking great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, most definitely. I was just saying earlier, I love the fact that not every chapter of One Piece has to just be all full of action and fighting to just keep us engaged with readers or watchers. There's so much information in the show. Um, from a story building aspect of just like worldwide, there's always something happening. And the fact that he's able to just go into his flashback bag so swiftly, so casually,
Effortlessly.
that's perfect fucking phrasing, perfect word, effortlessly, and at 110% always be heat. Um, he's the man with the golden pen. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. Great heat. Fucking loved it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Facts. What was your favorite part about the chapter before we jump into it?
Dragon.
Dragon?
Dragon. I have my dragon theory for a minute.
Yeah.
So W here. Dragon was a former Navy officer. Not an admiral.
That was crazy.
That is former Navy officer.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
At God Valley, he would have been 17 years old. So he found no justice with the Navy.
That was a strong key piece of evidence of his backstory. Like, cause I definitely would have never guessed it. But like when they,
word, word. Okay, I like that. I like that.
I didn't see that coming at all. But like when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, especially like for his character.
Yeah,
uh,
and looking at his father,
facts. To even start the Revolutionary Army and be the leader of that, coming from where he came from. Now it's like, oh, okay, I see how y'all are moving. I'm not with
yeah,
that shit. I'm about to make my own shit, and we're gonna disband all this lame shit y'all got going on because it's not working. Ain't no justice
yeah,
over here. Um,
exactly. That seems to be the case.
yeah, yeah.
What was your favorite part of the chapter?
I'm not
What
gonna lie.
was good
My
about it?
favorite part of the chapter was watching Kuma take all those elders' pain.
That was my second favorite part of the chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Only
Kuma keeps impressing me.
only because it gave such great insight to Kuma's personality, but it also gave
Yeah,
reference to Philip Bark when Zoro had that iconic moment. So it was like,
yeah,
damn, okay, he's one of them. Kuma's that type of guy. So I can only imagine what Kuma was thinking when he saw that Zoro was not only able to uh withstand Luffy's pain,
the fact that he was willing to even take the pain in the first
back,
place. Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Because that's like, because Kuma knows, he's like, man, I used to do this all the time. Bro, I know what that'll do to your body. And he told her, he's like, it's probably gonna kill you. Cause,
Yeah,
cause I'm different. I'm a buccaneer and you're not built like me. So I can take it. But you're not like me. So it's probably gonna kill you. But the fact that you made a step into it, you're a real ass nigga. So I let your captain live if you even, just get in the mix of that. So I fuck with that scene. So I love the fact that and that's what I'm saying. I think one of my favorite things about this show or the manga or whatever, or about Oda, is
yeah,
literally everything comes full circle. Like everything. Thriller Bark is like episode 300 and I don't know, 217 to start. But
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about it today. That's
Still,
crazy. And it is,
still, yeah.
bro, he's writing his ass off. There's never a dull moment in the show or the manga. I'm always fucking entertained. And
Talk
just
about it.
I just love that for me. I love that for all the fans of One Piece and all the fans of anime who truly can witness peak fiction. It's insane. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, definitely love that. But yeah,
I do have a question. I do want to
go
ask a
ahead,
question.
my
I
guy.
was on Discord last night, and we went on for like a good little bit about this topic, probably a solid hour. Everyone was sharing their opinions, and let me know what you believe. Do you believe that no. Do you believe that Bonnie is honestly Jimmy's daughter and Kuma's daughter, or do you believe that she might be some type of clone? Maybe she was adopted. What? I personally believe Ginny and Kuma said sometime in some part of the future had a baby, and the baby was Bonnie. I do believe Bonnie has Buccaneer in her blood. She has a technique that she uses called Story of the Future, where she's attacking Vegapunk and she becomes swole as hell, just like Kuma. She did that technique in this art. But that's because she has a possible future, right? Her technique is based off the possibilities. If it's impossible, it won't happen. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens, it means it's possible. It doesn't mean it has to happen. It just means it's possible. So if she turned into a swole version of Kuma, this means this could have been the outcome of Bonnie, or this could have been Bonnie at some point in time in her life. She could have come mounted to this point. You get what I'm saying? Like her possible futures for Luffy. Luffy could we saw the young looking Luffy that looks like he's lit, and then we saw an egghead which turned Luffy into this old dude that didn't get to accomplish none of his dreams. Sitting on the bench like, yo, Bonnie, keep trying to back to me. So what do you believe for Bonnie right now in cohesion with like, Kuma, Jenny? How you feeling about it?
Um, so the thing with One Piece is you can never really throw away, like when it comes to like the parent daughter son dynamic, you can never truly just throw away the idea of adoption of the adolescent because it's like a reoccurring theme that I see in this show. Like even with Shank's daughter, that's not his biological daughter, but that's his daughter, like, in all sense of the word. Whitebeard, he has many, many, many sons. Not
Right.
biological, but those are all his sons, like, wholeheartedly. Those are his sons. Those are his children. Um,
Okay.
Now, there's a couple more instances that we can bring up, but personally, for me, I do believe that Bonnie is Kuma's biological child. I do
Right.
believe
Right.
Bonnie has Buccaneer blood in her,
I do believe so too.
only because, and I think you brought up a really good point where you were talking about the possibility with her and her technique.
Hmm.
But I think that one, at some point in the near future, Kuma will die.
No, he's dying as soon as we get back to Egghead, he dies.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. So
It's
he's
the
gonna
same
be
thing that
gone.
happened with Ace. We get the one flashback, is a little deep dialogue about your past, and you
Yeah,
come back on screen and you
yeah,
do something miraculous and you die.
yeah,
He's going to
exactly.
he's definitely dying.
So
If he's not
Kuma's
dying, he's passing on the mantle to the actual Nika, the one that he aspires to be, which is pretty much the person his daughter about to link up with and join the group. You know how I can. But yeah,
for sure. Kuma's definitely about to get rolled up in the pack. And I think that
yeah. He's definitely he's currently being put up in the pack right now.
definitely.
Yeah, Otis grinding it right
I think the introduction to Buccaneer blood or just the Buccaneer race in the show over the last few chapters is too is too great of a key factor in the backstory of One Piece to just let it disintegrate like that. I think Bonnie is gonna be that living testament of Buccaneer blood, and she's going to continue to carry on that gene in the show. And
I
she,
said that. There's no way Oda just gets rid of a race.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's
think
not
he's gonna
happening.
get rid of a whole race.
Not happening.
She a Buccaneer. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% agree with you. He's not getting rid of a rate like the still Lunarians. I don't think King is the only Lunarian left. Also, by the way.
He's technically not, even though we have Seraphim, he's no longer the last
Okay.
Lunarian. We can say that if we want. We now have 7 Seraphim with
Right.
his same genes and
That's true
possibly
too.
better genetics because of Vegapunk, mixing the whole gene pool and everything.
That's true. But on
We
top
can't
of
ignore
that,
the fact that he just put 7 of them back into the universe.
on top of that, I don't think it stops there either. This might be a wild theory, but I've been on the island. I don't know if I'm by myself. I don't know if there's other people on this island with me, but for a long time, I've been on the island speaking the fact that Inaru is going to come back. It's bound to happen. He's not just out of the show. He's coming back,
I like where
and
this is going.
that's
I
so
like where this is going.
when
I'm
he
with it.
comes back, personally, right now, I do believe he's on the moon. I think he's on the moon right now with other Lunarians, and when he comes back, I think he's
Hey,
bringing
that
an
would make
army with
sense.
him.
That would make sense.
Facts. I
That would
think
make sense.
I think he's bringing an army of Lunarians with him, and shit's about to get fucking crazy when he does. But
You know what's crazy?
what's
Okay,
up?
I'm play with the thought for a little bit.
Talk to me.
Cover story, he ended up being like a space admiral, basically. Um, he revived the automatons and stuff like that. So I think he would have the automatons as his army, and possibly be some Numerians as his like commanding officer. You
Which
never know.
which ones are the automaton?
The little small robot joints that have you ever seen his cover story? He had there's these small little automaton joints that you see in the ruins that he was looking at, the Bertha ruins. He was on
Okay.
the roof, you see those small automatons. They also sent some of them down to the earth. In
Mm,
Egghead, we've seen some of them in Egghead as well.
mm,
This is one of the reasons why a lot of people believe that, because in Enel's cover story, Enel fought people on the moon. The people he fought on the moon had a Jolly Roger. The Jolly Roger
mm.
they represented was an elongated skull, and then the crossbones behind it. So it looks
Right,
like we got either the punk pirates,
right.
there's some Vegapunk shit going on,
Yeah.
or there's someone else connected to this whole elongated cranium thing
Mm,
that's connected to Vegapunk, which is possible because in that cover story you see with Enel, there's a guy from Vegapunk's town. When the automatons come down to Earth, the guy fixes them. He has like a big head, kind of. It's not like Big Bones, but he still has a big head.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's basically
definitely
saying that
similarities there.
it basically drives home the point that people from Big Bones' hometown are just scientists. You get me? So
Yeah, I like that.
Big Bone is not the only one. There are more. There are others. But as of right now, I'm along the lines of how you're thinking. And that was coming back in some form or fashion. The editor for One Piece wanted to put him in film red. I mean, Oda wanted to put him in film red. Oda wanted to put Dolphy and Enel in film red. Oda's editor said, cut that shit out. We're not doing that. Save that for either another movie or for a canon film. So
I'm actually on the side of them for that.
I got Dolphy coming back with Crossfield. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I got Dolphy big coming back with Crossfield. I think it's going to be a parallel with how he tried to get Croco to join up with him. Now, look at this. 3 times hit Luffy defeats a warlord, sends him to Impel Down. Then that warlord escapes Impel Down and joins him at the Great War. Right. Also, this warlord is the same warlord that explains how you can grow your devil fruit ability to become this, that, and the third. Post time skip. First warlord who Luffy interacts with, beats his ass, sends him to Impel Down. Before sending him to Impel Down, this guy gives him a speech about how you can grow your devil fruit powers. Literally the same speech, same parallel, everything. Only thing is, we haven't gone back to Impel Down the rest of this month. Which we're not going to rescue him intentionally. Yeah. But I got Crossfield putting in work. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. I do feel like all the warlords are joining up with Crossfield. I do feel like
all of them.
Moria is still going to join up. The only one that, with the exception, I don't think is joining up, well, 10 days with Luffy. I think Bo is going to link up with Luffy. I do think that. If Bo doesn't link with Luffy, he's going to Crossfield. That is a fact. I do think so.
Yeah, I got to get pushback there. I don't see.
No problem.
I don't.
It's a theory.
Most definitely. I don't know. Well, for one, I don't see Boy Hancock taking orders from any of them niggas in Crossfield. But two,
she don't need to.
I don't see her.
She can join up with Crossfield and have her position respected. That's what Mihawk is currently doing. Remember that. Mihawk is currently a partner. Remember that. A partner.
A partner with who though?
Crocodile.
Right.
He's a leader. Buggy, listen.
Right.
Crocodile is really the Yonko, right? Everyone that's linked up, Crocodile has the real credentials to be a Yonko. Mihawk is actually a one-man Yonko. Buggy only ends up in this position because his men love him so much.
Right.
They made the shit in his image. They put him at the head of the flyer.
Right.
He has no intentions to none of this shit. It's just happening.
So this is it. This is what I think. So like I'm thinking about personalities right now. Because everything you're saying right now is 100% true. But I feel like hypothetically, let's say Boa gets on that ship and she sees the crew's dynamic and who's really calling the shots and then who people think are calling the shots. Do you think like her? What's the term? We can say shallowness or petty, whatever someone use. Do you think that her big headedness will allow her to allow other people to think that she's working under Buggy or for Buggy? That's kind of.
That's the thing, right? The overall perception of it would be like that. We know that's not what it would actually be within the Crossfield. That's okay for what perceives it as such.
For her though? Is she cool with that perception?
I think it'd be okay. This is a different Boa we're dealing with. This is the same Boa who didn't want no one. She was disrespecting Jimbo. She didn't want no one doing this, that. She didn't respect no man. She never gave a fuck about nothing. Now we see this very same Boa after getting manhandled by Blackbeard. He's legit leaning on Uncle Rayleigh. I'm glad you came to help. You and Auntie Shockey really held it down. She's really moving like, all right, it's a little different. You get me? So me personally, I really think she's gonna be in a position where she's maybe Crossguild, but she's getting respect because if she does come to Crossguild, she brings things to the table. She has her own forces. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're still looking for named officers within the Crossguild. She does need more. Crossguild does need more players because every other crew that's on the board just having Crapo Mihawk, not enough.
It's not.
They need more commanding officers. You feel me? So I'm looking like that's why I'm looking at. All right, Moria escaped Hachinosu. They didn't go over it, but we know Corona freed Kobe because Kobe said he would free Moria. They never went back to that. You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, but backtrack a couple chapters, maybe just a chapter. That last chapter, the Mean Rocks reveal. The Rocks crew reveal. Ross didn't get revealed. The Mean Rocks crew reveal.
Yeah.
We now know that I could be wrong. Dr. Hogback, West Blue, found out if you lose your sleep. I think that's the doctor that they was talking about, the doctor from West Blue that found out the way to soul. Right? We know Dr. Hogback's from West Blue. We know Thriller Burke was essentially created and made and put together in the West Blue. We are now finding out that God's Valley was in the West Blue. Why does Moria, this has always been my question, why does Moria have so many corpses from Rocks pirates? How? How, Sway? How does he have he has Captain John's body. He has Silver Axe's body.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that was Wang Yi, I don't know what the case may be. With the Gladiator ring claw. He had his body. Where is he getting these bodies from? We know God's Valley is no more. We know God's Valley is in the West Blue. Thriller Burke came from the West Blue. Dr. Hogback is also from the West Blue. I do believe that when whatever happened to God's Valley, Moria, when he finally decided to, after Kaido beat his ass, he said, got sent packing back to the boonies. He came up on something. I don't know if it was maybe part of the island he found. He constructed it into a ship because that is a pretty big ship, which could have been island based in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. There's a few things. I don't know essentially everything, but I do know there's a way. There has to be some type of way that he's connected to all this because you don't just come up out of nowhere and have pirates of remnants. I mean, bodies of remnants from a legendary crew. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I'm looking at as of right now. Like, how does Dr. Hogback come into the position that he comes into? How does he meet Moria? How does Moria get into this position that he's in to even make these things happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, off rip, I definitely already think Moria was there at God's Valley. They didn't just show his face, but it's only one nigga I know with that body type. Of I guess we can call it a silhouette, but I mean it was kind of colored. It just like covered his head or whatever. It's only one nigga I know that's drawn like that. So boom, I think that was him. Like you were just saying earlier, him and Kaido did scrap back in the day.
Yeah.
It could have been over those bodies. Like that nigga putting up on some disrespectful shit to dig up the dead. Had him not going for it.
I mean, he left Wano and he made sure he took Shisui and Ryu. So he was a corpse collector for sure.
That's a great fucking point. That's a great fucking point. That's a great fucking point. He had that nigga there with him. Oh yeah, I think it's crazy because like at the beginning of Thriller Bark, I don't even look at this guy as like an important character. Like yes, the status is grand, but personally, I didn't really just look at him as depth. I thought his fruit was immense, but I thought it was wasted on his character.
Oh yeah. I think Moria has a I don't know. I do consider his. I've been going over the top 5 Paradises lately because we also get confirmation in not this chapter, but the chapter before this one. We get confirmation that Kaido's double fruit is of top class. So the same way you will say white bearded double fruit is top class, it's not of the Logia category, which is the strongest category of double fruits. But because it's a mythical and it has all these things that come with it, it's top class. It can be compared to the likes of a Logias or the likes of a white beard double fruit, possibly. You can compare it to that. So I would like to say that he has a top class double fruit because that's what was basically said about his double fruit.
Yeah. I think his devil fruit is definitely more important than him as a character. To me,
Yeah, I would agree.
I almost feel like it's kind of wasted on him. If another nigga had that, the world would have some serious problems.
It might come. We might see. Listen, I really feel like we might get like a nightmare Nika, like a nightmare Luffy. Basically, I think we might get something like that in that realm again, possibly. Something I will always notice when I watch the Thriller Bark art. When Luffy gets those 100 shadows put into him, it makes it seem like he's carrying the will of others. Because Luffy starts saying the shit. He says they're angry.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, the shadows are angry. Like they want it back in blood. They want to get at Morio right now. I can feel it in me. All 100 shadows is ready. They want smoke with Morio. Facts. You get me? Yeah. So now I'm looking at it as in, dang, this ability may come in handy later on because you're using the will of others. You have to use the will of others, right? And as far as Luffy's devil fruit, right now it looks like he's tapping into other devil fruit. I don't know if he's gonna get some Morio shit. I'm not saying that. Don't know. Could happen. But for the sense that this stuff is happening, I just feel like it's me alluding to something else, something bigger. You know, I don't know what as of yet, but something bigger. Now, I do want to talk about Crocodile for a second. A quick second before I go back to some other stuff in the chapter. I gotta get to Roger Pelican Rocks. I gotta get to that. How do we feel about Crocodile? I came upon some information recently that kind of proves he's a woman. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah.
So you think Ivankov did the thing?
It's facts. The moment I saw that moment, that's what it meant to me. Why else would, forgive me if I'm offending anyone, why else would a gay person try to hold this over my head?
So when I heard Ivankov,
why else?
when I heard Ivankov say, "You better do this, I'm gonna tell everybody your secret," he talked down to him a little bit. I interpreted that as we know each other from back in the Gap. You know me, I know you. We've known each other for years. I know your weakness is water. Just how Luffy whipped your ass to get you in here. I know other people that could do the same if they know that weakness about you. That's how I interpret it.
That's how you took it?
From Alabaster, first time hearing it, yes. After that, I've heard the the rumors of him being a woman or starting off as a woman, and I've heard the information that Oda had previously drawn certain characters cross genders, and Crocodile was one of them, drawn as a woman. But I haven't just gotten any actual hardcore evidence to swing me that way yet. So maybe you can do that for me now.
All right, I got you. So, are you familiar with Hindu mythology?
Lace me up.
Right now, most of One Piece is based off of Hindu mythology. Oda plays with a lot of mythology. Hindu mythology is heavily in One Piece. Hindu mythology is how I predicted Gear 5. I knew Gear 5 is going to be based on Monkey King Army. A lot of people thought Stone Wukong. For me, that wasn't right because if you look at the dynamics of the crew, most of the crew have the same abilities. If you think about the crew in a whole, the crew has the abilities of Stone Wukong. Stone Wukong, he had a flying cloud that he traveled with, like on some flying nimbus shit. Nami has that with Zeus. Stone Wukong can make plenty of different limbs off his body. Robin does that. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of different other correlations you make with it, but it's basically within the crew. Now, we found out Gear 5 is really based off of Hanuman and Road to Laugh Tale. Oda calls Luffy Monkey God Hanuman. That's where the technique Bajrang gun came from. Because I was looking, as soon as I saw Bajrang gun, I was like, oh, there it is. Bajrang comes from Hindu mythology. So that has to go directly to Hanuman. Ends up being true. Hanuman's father is Vayu, Lord of the Winds. Who's Luffy's dad? Right. Dragon. The one who has the winds of change, the insurgent serpent. Right. Vivi is also a princess that gets kidnapped, blah, blah, blah. Loki has been kidnapped. Right. Garp. Bert actually has a character in Hindu mythology as well, and his character dies as a war hero. As of right now, that's exactly what he looks like. Crocodile. There was a man. No, there was a woman in Hindu mythology that gets banished to the ocean or to the. I could be wrong. If anyone knows correctly, I could be wrong. There's this woman who gets banished by the god, by God, whatever, and put into the regular human domain. But when God puts this woman in the human domain, guess what God does to the woman?
Changes the gender.
Changes her to a crocodile. Legit. It's legit. It's literally. I guess I'm gonna send you the video.
Okay.
I can't search while we're online.
Yeah.
Legit. Okay. Everything else is based off this mythology.
Yeah.
I don't mind to say this. That's just one. That's honestly the only style of these evidence you really need. We're still missing an Amazon Lily Empress. We're missing one. Granny Neon and Shocky, and we're missing one in Noah. Crocodile missing one. But I'm not gonna sit here and promote that because I don't have full evidence to substantiate. Just know it's looking real iffy for your boy.
What so you're saying? Crocodile could potentially be from Amazon Lily?
I think Crocodile is from Amazon Lily. I think he's a girl. Probably had some type of love for Whitebeard in some sense. And wanted, or if not, had a love for Whitebeard, wanted to prove that they were a man. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to prove that I'm more manly than this, or more manly than that. How else would you prove you're more man than anyone? By defeating the strongest man in the world.
That's right.
So that's just my head canon of logic where I'm going with it. Don't necessarily know how to correlate it all the way. I just know that when I see things from Hindu mythology, I don't overlook them.
No,
not after Q5. I can no longer overlook. I can't. My soul won't let me.
That's a really good point. I think I'm trying to remember.
There's also an Hindu mythology called three siras, someone with three heads. Makes sense. Blackbeard, three skulls. Yeah. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of evidence for characters being heavily involved in Hindu mythology.
100%. I remember there was another one. Damn, I'm mad I can't think about it right now. It was like a year ago that like it went hand in hand with One Piece and mythology. And when the chapter came out, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what Odu was saying in the video. Damn, I'm mad I can't think about it right now. But okay, I'm not gonna lie. You did sway me a little bit. I'm closer to your side with this.
Listen, I told my boy. My boy was like, "Look, I don't believe it. The video is convincing. I still don't believe it." I was like, "I felt that. I'm not mad at it. I just know that this evidence is kind of compelling. We'll wait and see. I don't know if I don't know if Otis will outright directly just show us how he became who he is. But I do think there's some credibility to it. So I'm just gonna wait for now. I don't think Oda's gonna just outright do it. Say he has it. He's gonna find his own twist to it.
He always
spices it up. Left up to our own interpretation to decipher whether or not this is what we think it is.
Right. So tell me, what do you think that the probability or the percentage chance is that he was talking about his weakness of the devil's fruit?
That's always 50-50. I can't tell you that that's not what it is. Not everybody knew of his weakness. The only two people I think that would know of his weakness, for real, well, three people. You could say Whitebeard, but I don't think Whitebeard needed to know his weakness. I think Whitebeard's done like that.
Yeah,
podcast is all natural things, so like, you're gonna feel it regardless. Now, him talking about his ability, it's not far fetched at all. I feel like Luffy knows it. Yvonne could probably know it. I know Bullet knows it before because Bullet from Stampede, when they released the volume information, the movie is full on canon. It's turning the trails into canon. Bullet was set to have. Bullet was the one that rivaled when Whitebeard was taking off. It makes sense. Whitebeard fought. Croco was fighting Whitebeard. Bullet was trying to get Roger's attention, but they were both real good upstarts. Problem is, that was not a problem. They weren't able to defeat each other. You know what I'm saying? They fought to a standstill. They fought to a draw. In their upstart days, Bullet and Croco fought to a draw, which is why in Stampede, if you've seen the movie Stampede, Croco's the one that gives Law the information on how to deal with Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me read coming from the guy. Said his weakness being water. That shouldn't be a big weakness. To keep
Oh shoot, we're
secret.
getting the comments. For some reason, my comments are not loading up. I can't read nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I was wondering why nobody seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it out for you then. Most of his weakness being water. Question mark. That shouldn't be a big weakness to keep secret if everyone's weakness is technically water, as long as you got a devil fruit. That is true. 100%.
Remember what they said in SPS. If you have to have hockey to either interact with a Logia or even hurt a Logia, unless you have the Logia's natural counter. Water isn't everyone's. It can be deemed as people's natural counter, but some people have abilities that can bypass water. Alkiji clearly freezes water. You know what I'm saying? You can use water on him all you want. He actually has the ability to freeze. See him do it on two occasions. Right there's him flying into water. He froze that he was fine. You can even argue that with the blue hole technique that Gart hits him with. Gart puts him down. You could argue that he touched the ocean floor. The technique is called blue hole, referencing the ocean floor. So you could argue that he hit that and not that ugly. Who knows? I don't know if that hit that hard, but it could have been, right? That's what he tried to say. We even get that when you first introduction to Alkiji, he puts his hand into water, freezes the whole ocean over for weeks. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So him having the affinity for water, it would make sense that he has an ice devil fruit. Other devil fruit that should be able to interact with water. Like a lot of people like to argue this. If I'm in Whitebeard and I'm hitting you with quakes, and I hit you with quakes underwater, can I send quake pressure to you underwater?
I think so.
You should definitely be able to. Blackbeard did that law. Law and them were literally saying you have to get out the submarine and get ashore or get above water because we're suffering from the pressure being hit by Blackbeard's literally quaking up the sea. You see black lightning from the panels hitting the water. Literally, it's affecting the water. Where I say Fujitora gravity wouldn't be able to affect water, I wouldn't say that. Laws definitely could affect water. When he's fighting smoke, he uses attack. Everything comes up. The water from the bank comes up. He's lifting everything together. So these are now devils can be play with the element of water. There's no devil that will gives you the ability of water. Besides Blackbeard that takes away your ability to use devil fruits, I do think that's a ability that comes from the sea. I think Blackbeard's ability comes from the sea and not from space. Me personally, he's using the gravity from the depths of the sea. Because gravity is a big thing in the water. I do think he has a technique called the black hole technique.
Yeah.
In certain translations, it translates to black water vortex. In certain translations, it's known as black water vortex. If it's black water vortex, what would I say? They was basically saying that people that they long for a certain existence, that's how them came to be. If I'm someone who's seen all these devil fruits and I keep wishing I had a devil fruit that could take away the ability of the devil fruit, it would basically be a devil fruit that would be dark, because it literally takes away your ability to use your devil fruit power. And then I still don't know as of yet why Peach can take other devil fruits. Is it because of the dark fruit? Or is it some other whole thing? You get what I'm saying? Because he remember in the Ace novel, he told Ace himself, he said, yo, you want Whitebeard devil fruit, you just got to kill him for it. And that was him talking without any devil fruit. So is that just common knowledge we had already going into, just devil fruit? Or is it just, hey, the dark fruit is allowing him to be able to manipulate the explained to it in this way. In this way, if that's the case, then, I mean, data book already information already told us that it was top one. So it's like, hey, wait, what more can we,
Mm-hmm. All right. I think you brought up some great points. Um, from the devil fruit weakness all the way to the shit with Blackbeard. That's a great question. Is it his fruit or is it something within him himself?
I think Blackbeard might possibly be Buccaneers. You want to talk about it?
And I could see because he's kind of built like them, low key. Like he's not like giant. Kuma's not giant.
Look what they said. Look at it, right? We get fishmen, then we get merfolk. We got different types of fishmen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You really got it like that. Then you think of giants. Vice Admiral Bastille, the one that Sabo did the whole wall crack this shit, is part giant. Barnaby World from 3D2Y, special episode / movie. He had a fisherman that was also part giant.
Yeah.
I do believe. I think Blackbeard being Buccaneer, just a different type of Buccaneer than we've seen. He's also from the Sorbet Kingdom, just like not the Sorbet Kingdom, he's from Winter Island, just like KUMA is. And that's where the Buccaneers were found. That's where Kuma's family was found originally, Sorbet Kingdom. So I think he's a Buccaneer. He's a type of Buccaneer. He might not be a full-blooded Buccaneer. He might have some weird stuff going on with him, but I do believe, to me, that just makes sense. It's Buccaneer. That literally they put that, unless he has a third devil fruit or something, or there's another race that we don't know about. I think it's special. Even when Chopper said Kuma was part of his, not Chopper, when Vagabond told Chopper and then that Kuma was part of a special race. Chopper was like, special race. We know from Big Mom, I had every race in the world on my crew except for 3. She didn't have Lunarians. She didn't have Giants. And now we're finding out the 3rd. She ain't have a Buccaneer. You get me? So those are the 3 exquisite races to this whole show right now. You can argue Fisherman is part of that, with that ring or that circle being the 4th kind. You know what I'm saying? But for what Big Mom was saying, the 3 kinds that she don't have on her crew, now it just makes perfect sense. For me, I would call Blackbeard a Buccaneer. Anybody has a weird structure.
Was Jimbei the only fishman she had on her crew? Or
yeah, she had what's it called? Her daughter married Aladdin, and her daughter was actually part of Fishman as well.
Okay.
So that means she had already slept or tangled with Fishman DNA.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's interesting. I'm definitely on board with you. I agree with that. I think Blackbeard could definitely be Buccaneer blood. But I also think I think it's that and something else. But I don't know what that other thing is.
It could be. You could be right. You could be mixed breed between that and something else. Sure. Definitely. Like, I don't know if you noticed, there's this one guy in the chapter, the last chapter on the rock. I wonder did you notice how Oda power scaled it? I do think Oda was power scaled. Like he literally put a white beard, then he put then he put Big Mom, then he put Kaido, then it was, you know what I'm saying? Then he had Clarissa, one more thing, Stussy and Whitebeard. Did you see Stussy and Whitebeard with the Kenpachi vibes riding on his shoulder?
It's hard.
Weevil is really his son.
Oh no, that was that's done. That rumor shit is over. That's definitely his son.
The race is crazy. That's his son.
Yeah.
Until somebody come and say that he's a clone or something,
I'm not trying to hear. Giving off huge Hinata vibes. That's definitely his son.
Big fact. That's his son.
Your Whitebeard can't deny that one no more. That's over. That's super over.
Marco gotta believe that. You gotta go hard.
Yeah.
Also now, this is the biggest gem for me in this chapter. Biggest gem in this chapter, not this chapter. I want to talk about last chapter. We get to really get on and talk about it.
Yeah, last chapter was a good chapter.
Yeah.
Mm.
We now know that the world government is full on bullshit. Saying, well, everything Sengoku told us, we gotta cut that shit in half.
Mm.
You get me? We were under the impression that Ross was a dickhead and he just was trying to take over the world, blah blah blah. But I already knew that the outer look on Ross was ruled by the government. Because the government views Luffy as
Terrorist.
tyrant. Yeah, he's a terror. He's a terror.
Right.
Luffy was like I told you before, I think Luffy was not a great pirate, he was a legendary pirate by the time the time skip. He's the only pirate to actually raid all three government branches and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
No other pirate has done that. So if you don't think he's a great pirate, he's already a legend off that right there. No other pirate has done that. Luffy could have died Fishman Island and he would have died in the story. He would have been a legend. There was once this crazy pirate. There was once this crazy pirate with straw hat. His grandfather was a Marine. His brother died in the payback war. His father was the leader of the Revolutionary Army. And I lost my train of thought for a second. What was you talking about?
How great of a pilot this is.
And he raided all three government branches and was able to get out and is still lit. And he escaped Admiral. He escaped the Admiral, Punch Special Dragon. He's a legendary pirate, right? He's doing legendary shit.
Tell me, when do you think that Shanks would view him as a great pirate? Because he said he's giving the head back.
A great pirate now. It's just not time to meet Luffy now. Now that Luffy is a great pirate, it's time to initiate Luffy at the date. He wanted this type of time to come about. That makes sense. I think Shanks thinks he's a great pirate. He just doesn't want to meet it. Like the whole thing with Luffy being the fifth emperor was the whole Luffy's not ready yet. Luffy's ready now. The only issue is that Luffy the race for the One Piece is on more than ever now. So though it is a good time to go chop it up, Saki, talk about how we used to, I used to be my apprentice, I used to be kicking it back in the day. We now know that the race for One Piece is bigger than it's ever been. You get me?
Right.
So I personally think him seeing all that and knowing that Luffy's doing what he's doing, he knows Luffy's ready now. It's just not time for him. Now he has an agenda. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So yeah, that's what I would say about that. I wanted to ask you, what do you think of everything Kong and Raj talked about? Because that was I'm glad they opened up the chapter. That was a big gem for last chapter. Big gem. That's the biggest gem. We thought Raj was a dickhead. We thought Amy's doing this, that, and the third. She's trying to be a tyrant, taking over the world. No. The Celestial stole something from Hashinosu in the first place. That's why Rock wants to go and get his get back at Hashinosu. Getting those Butterfield prizes is just a plus. He wants his original treasure back. Roger said, do you have any idea how I felt this past year? I think whatever happened a year ago, Rock put the beats on Roger, and Roger had to live with himself when you guys asked him about whatever it is that they got taken from him. He had to sit with that for a year. And it makes sense because now that we know that they were on God Valley, it's Roger and Bart to 2-1 Rocks. Maybe he was beating his ass like that for real. He was thorough like that. What did Goku say? This is his greatest, Rock was his greatest adversary. And that was before coming to God Valley. They were already going at it. You get me? So what do you think about that? He said you had to poke at They poked at the behind first. And I want to add something. I think this treasure is the treasure that later on becomes the legendary famed Captain John's treasure.
Okay, I remember you said that. I remember you said that last week. One, I agree with you from the standpoint of Rox's perspective as a pirate was probably shifted, and his name was tarnished a little more in the dirt by the Marines and accurately.
Yeah, I don't think he was a full-on good guy or nothing. I just think like right now this chapter gave him big Luffy vibes where he went on, left the crew, and then literally Shiki and Whitebeard and Shiki get Zoro and Sanji vibes, which make perfect sense now because to me, that's why I said Oda's power scaling here. He put Whitebeard, then he put Shiki, then he put Big Mom, then he put Kaido. He already explained how that came to be. After Rox disappears and Roger so-called, not even dies, Roger is a great pirate himself now. Whitebeard becomes a great pirate. Shiki becomes a great pirate. In Ace novel, we learned that Roger, Whitebeard, and Shiki were the three great pirates before the Yonko system that existed as great pirates. So it sounds like Zoro and Sanji went on to do big things. Rox's Zoro and Sanji went on to do big things. We get Whitebeard and Shiki. Then even after that, Big Mom becomes a great pirate later on. She's third fiddle. Then Kaido becomes that as well. Kaido and Big Mom, when she's in her prime, she's stronger than Kaido. Note that as well.
When do you think Big Mom was in her prime? Like in those younger years?
When we saw her.
Okay.
And God's right, when we saw her, or whenever she gets Prometheus, I guess. Okay. Not Prometheus, whenever she gets Zeus, I guess.
Okay. So when do you think that Kaido hit his prime? Like
Moria. Technically after defeating Kaido. But him beating Moria was the Haki Blue needed to take on Oden. I meant to say after he fights Oden. That's what I meant to say. Not Kaido. Okay. Kaido can't fight Kaido. After he fights Oden, he gets that Haki Blue. And Oden damn near killed that man. A lot of people don't perceive that fight right. That wasn't even a right out 1v1. Oden blitzes his army, then goes straight at Kaido.
Facts.
Kaido hits him with a burrow breath. Oden overpowers it. He muscles through it. Guts, hockey, whatever you want to call it. He muscles through it. Damn near scars this man, traumatizes him.
Facts.
Oden was so much like that Kaido couldn't even risk running it back. I do believe that. If they don't interrupt that fight, I do think Oden collapsed. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, a lot of people, well, not even a lot of people, really just a couple people I know perceive that fight to be closer than I think it actually was in reality. In a real 1v1 situation, Kaido's dead. He's dead by the end of the night.
Oden wins. It's proven. Kaido literally told him, he said, yo, if you would have came at me as soon as you got back off of Roger's ship, if you would have came at me then, I wouldn't be ready for what I'm doing now. But you gave me 5. You spent 3 to 4 years dancing around. You let me amass forces. I trained more of my devil fruit. I'm up there now. You're not gonna be able to hold a candle to me.
Yeah. I think that's a good perspective. That's probably for sure around the time he got in his prime bag.
Yeah. I definitely think so, because then he's at that prime age back then. Like he's 30 something, going about to hit 40.
Yeah.
He's prime age. Like if I look at Shanks right now, Shanks is like what, 39 probably, if not 42. I think he's 39 though.
Like I could see him in his 30s for sure. Let me see. Jumping back into the chapter though. Yeah. We got KUMA being, and I love the background they gave us for KUMA. How he's like, one, he's a pastor, and I thought that was dope that they stated that, because as an introduction, he's always walking around with that Bible, and it's like, okay, that makes perfect freaking sense. And it's like, man, this is so. Everything is so full circle in this show, bro. That's why I just love it. He's always walking around with that Bible. But even on the side of that,
look, they even give more emphasis to the Bible, because we get to Dragon Sabo and KUMA, Dragon Sabo and Ivankov sitting down. They're literally going through a book called New Genesis, and it's talking about how and Ivankov's calling it out. Yo, somebody could have had this devil fruit. Lost devil fruit. Hey, there used to be someone by the name of Nerona or whatever the hell back in the day. Like, she's literally calling out everything from this book. You get me? So now we know that these books mean something in the world of One Piece. I think whatever book that Ivankov had is probably the same book Blackbeard could have been looking through the devil fruits with. Possibly. Because this book is literally telling them about Law's fruit, and then Ivankov is doing what we do as theorists. She's putting it together. She's like, yo, hold up. He like, yo, hold up. This devil fruit, it could make people immortal, You're telling me there's a king that from back in the day, he said something to Rona, to Cobra before Cobra died. This person used to exist back in the day, just probably as a different entity. So to me, Ivankov gave hella credit and credence to everything that's going on is for us theorists. And I just want to say this: Ivankov was. I had a theory. My theory. I took an L on this. This was. I lost it. I lost my boy on this one. So I said I used to think that KUMA was the right-hand man of the Revolutionary Army before Sabo takes the mantle. This chapter proves that it's Ivankov.
Facts.
They start the freedom fighters.
Facts.
KUMA comes in and adds and becomes a pillar of 3. Ivankov goes to Impel down for some time. KUMA probably became right-hand man then.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because in Sabo's flashback, we literally see Sabo doing everything that all the Straw Hats or all the training the Straw Hats got individually as kids. Sabo does it all himself. He's a navigator. He has doctor experience. He's a fighter. He's doing this, that, and third. You look at Sabo's flashback, he's doing everything as a child. He's training with the big boulder like Zoro's doing, but he's also reading through navigation books like Nami. You know what I'm saying? Sabo's doing it all. Now, I think this adds a whole lot more credit to Sabo because Ivankov is not arrested. No, she's arrested, but he's arrested but gone. Still being able to be into the picture. Sabo is still able to become the number 2 of the Reds, despite KUMA, despite Ivankov. So that tells me, and Ivankov and KUMA have shown me that they're admiral level. Me personally, they've shown me that they can be deemed as admiral level characters, whether you give them the crazy hockey or not. Just think about this: if Ivankov could hold off a Kainu for whatever 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever you want to call it, the point is Ivankov could hold off a Kainu for a certain amount of time. What do I think someone above Ivankov is doing then? I think they're full on fighting him, not holding him back. They could full on fight him, and I think that makes sense with the context we get with Dragon and Sabo. That's all I want to say. My favorite character Sabo, so I gotta point that out.
No, you're good. I'm gonna cut you off real quick because I do see somebody. I know you can't see it, but I see some Odin slander in the comment.
Why am I shit doing that? It's kind of pissing me off, man.
Yeah, and it's Odin slander in the comment section is kind of pissing me off too. So I definitely got to address that.
Oh, can you see? Okay, this is why I can't see. I don't see. My phone doesn't allow bullshit.
Yeah, clearly.
9 times out of 10 is what it is. I didn't get your call. I didn't get your text.
Yeah.
I didn't see your comment. Probably a bunch of bullshit, you know? So,
hey, you caught it right.
Comments fooling that bullshit. Need you to fall back there, buddy. Fall back.
Let me see. Guy said the only time Odin chose to be a leader for his people, thinking dancing around for 5 years was a good choice for his people. It led to his downfall. I gotta stop you there, my guy.
He's 50-50 though. He's 50-50.
I get where he's coming from. A leader does what Odin did in that situation. Because
that's the problem. Go ahead.
So, because I'll say this: a leader with honor does that. Because we got to remember, at the beginning of that agreement, Odin's moving off of Kaido thinking he's gonna hold his word.
Yeah, he's standing. He think he's gonna stand on business.
Exactly. He's thinking he's gonna be 10 toes behind his word. So this goes back to what Shanks was saying as well. Super early in the show, not everything needs to end in a fight. Some situations are best de-escalated before it even gets to that point. So if Kaido was saying that he's willing to free all of my people and not enslave anyone, not kill anybody, and no one has to die or fight, all that has to happen is I just have to dance around and just, embarrass myself for a couple of years as the leader of all of his people, that's the right decision to make. Even if it's a possibility is true, you take that choice, because on the off chance that Odin were to lose that fight, not even the off chance Odin loses that fight, on the off chance that Kaido injures, kills, or torments Odin's citizens while they're fighting, before they fight, in any of those things, it's a loss because those are Odin's people. Odin looks after all of them. So if I can protect them for a guaranteed 5 years, and then after that, it's he's giving me his word that he's gonna leave, get up out of here. You take that chance. You got as the leader of your people, you got to take that as an honorable man. I'll say. Now, would like a pirate do that? No, like Rocks. Fuck no, he's not doing that shit. Of course not.
Right.
Would there's lots of other people we could say that's obviously not doing that, but there are some who might. Uh, I'm kind of 50-50 with Luffy because Luffy about that action. He ain't never afraid to throw no hands. But I feel like if he believes his friends are truly in danger, he doesn't mind a little bit of embarrassment for a foe that he can't. Yeah. Um. I think Odin made the right decision. I think it really. I think that was just one of the many, 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 many things Odin did in his backstory to prove he's the most down character in the fucking show. To me.
Okay, I want to give slight pushback.
Go ahead.
Slight. I do agree with you. Right. My only pushback for it is that I don't believe he made the best decisions through and through because of what Kaido said to him. If you would have taken care of me when you first got back, shit would have been different. Which means he should have been on Luffy type time. Fuck all the agreements, fuck all the deals, do some shit about it. Because they planned on him acting like a vagabond. That's why he went against him. They expected him to just charge the capital, come up here, get the people to be all riled up, and then by the time he leaves, shit ain't gonna change.
Facts.
So if you'd have been strategic in the first place, things would be different. Now, this is where my main pushback comes in. Because this is one of the reasons why I think Roger and Whitebeard borderline. But the thing is about it is like, yo, do I fully watch this, right? Maybe this is my own moral compass. Maybe. If you have a bunch of sons and you call me your brother, you better rise me like I'm your real brother. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think Whitebeard rode for Oden like that was his real fucking brother.
I've said that before. I
don't think he rode for him like that was his real brother. You're telling me if Doflamingo could get Virgo to infiltrate the Marines, why can't you get a pirate to infiltrate? And Drake can infiltrate Kaido's Marines. So why can't Whitebeard get a pirate, someone strong or someone is capable to take care of themselves? Hey, I need you to infiltrate Wano, become a beast pirate, leak information to me, feed me info that's gonna let me know what's going on in Wano, because I need to come and liberate that country. That's my brother's path. His children are there. For fuck's sake, my nephew and niece are there. They don't know about this whole 20 years shit. This whole Ghost and the Dawn will come. They don't know about all that. The Toki shit. They weren't there. Izo was down bad. Izo said, listen, I left that place behind. Fuck him. Down bad as fuck. Down bad. Roger. Oden literally looks at his country while the Roger pirates are sailing away, and he's going to help them. He's looking at his country. Roger literally goes, Oden, cracks a joke on this kid about his hometown looking like shit. Legit. And then after that goes, but thank you for helping me though. Thank you. But you see this guy's country. You can't look and say, yo, Roger Pirates, I'm disbanding, we leaving. Last mission y'all got to do is help Oden liberate Wano. No order can be given.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
You guys are the great pirates, the upper echelon of Kaido's trying to get to your levels.
Right.
You guys are already there. You're Yonko. You're great pirates. Kaido's not that yet.
Right.
And y'all tell me y'all can't find some way to get intel. Oh, but he doesn't want to risk this. Whitebeard doesn't want to risk people dying and blah blah blah. That's why you do shit smart. You think smarter, not harder, you dickhead. I'm not understanding why he couldn't have sent a pirate there to. If Virgo could infiltrate Marines and Drake can infiltrate the Beast Pirates, why can't a Whitebeard pirate do that? Whitebeard's Whitebeard. You telling me he can't go find a pirate or find someone that an old pirate that he has that owes him a favor or two? You trying to tell me Whitebeard can't get that done? You got people like Jinbei willing to stick their neck on the line for you, and you can't find a pirate to infiltrate the Beast Pirates, or to at least go and say, "What's up, Kaido? What's going on?" You can't pull up on Kaido like, "Yo, Yonko to Yonko, we need to have a conversation." G shit, because you playing my brother's name. Let me know how that went down.
I'm glad you here, son. Man, I wish you was here.
Nothing, bro.
I wish you was here.
Just dies off, and Momo has to read a book that she gets from some dude trying to impersonate her father. Like, wow, that is weak as fuck, bro. That is weak as fuck. That is one of my few problems with Oda's story. One of the few problems. I have very little problems with Oda's pen game. That is one of them. The whole Oden was the pirate link between Roger and Whitebeard. No one did shit for him. Like, what? For all that, you could have been Shiki's man. I bet Shiki would have held you back, held you down a little bit. No cap. No cap, bro. That didn't sit right with me. But I'm not gonna say plot hole.
You're not alone.
I'm just gonna say I didn't like. I used to say plot hole.
You're not alone.
Pushback about that. I'm gonna just say I didn't like.
No, it's definitely not a plot hole because I get Oda gave his reasoning for because I was upset just like you for like maybe 3 weeks to a month. I forgot. I forgot how long it took before they like spoke on it. But I remember when it came out, I was like, "Well, what the fuck? Why would Whitebeard not ride for that nigga like that?" But it did come out that they said Whitebeard didn't want to make any action because of
They made him sound like he was scared of Kaido, bro.
Low-key.
They made him
but
sound like
okay.
Kaido's like that. I don't know. Since God Valley, he got that fruit. He has been a different man. I don't know. Whitebeard, don't stop that shit.
No,
you and Marco can son the Beast Pirates yourselves. Like, what are we talking about here?
I'll say this.
Izo is literally above Toby Robo. It's not Toby Robo level. That's Izo, bro.
We can look at it like he was scared of Kaido, or we could look at it like
he was technically scared for his crew. He didn't want to waste
that.
Out.
Was he looking after his people?
When y'all are both men of equal status, and that was really your man for real.
Right.
Like, he used to be on the crew. Like, you recruited this little nigga. And then you actually got someone that fought against him that's your brother. And then you're literally telling Ace, you think you're as strong as Oden? You want to fight Kaido? Bro, Ace wouldn't have to do that if you just man the fuck up.
Man, what the fuck was you a year ago, man? I was saying this shit a year ago.
The world. Like, stop playing.
When did Whitebeard start getting sick? Was this before or after he started getting sick?
We don't really know. It never really pinpointed it. I would say the start of us getting to know that Whitebeard is sick would be Ace novel. The Ace flag, the Ace story about the 2 years of Ace setting sail becoming a pirate before Luffy set sail to become a pirate. Right. That 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a gray area.
It's very. We're never gonna get to. There's no real conclusion to it. That's just how I feel in my heart.
I honestly agree with you. That's the thing.
Black card emoji.
Like I see, I get like we could put out the father card. I'm looking after my kids. Blah 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 XYZ. But at the same time, you are that dude, and this is your brother.
You're teaching your family to not stand on family. We're talking about regurgitated behavior and how trauma works and shit like that. See, because now you're getting into my not one piece bag, the bag that just got hurt. And I'm telling you, this don't add up at all. I don't care what y'all say. This don't add up. It don't. Like, people like to make excuses for it because they have a bias for Beard. Cool. You can have your bias for Whitebeard. You gave that nigga, I fuck with him, trust me. But I'm just letting you know, this don't add up. If you feel like Whitebeard does, do not ever call me your brother. Swear to God, don't. I'd rather you ride for me or hire some mercenaries that are gonna run up in the shit for me. Yeah. Something. But if you're not gonna do anything, don't call me broski. Don't. You better all call me his son or look, Oden, you cuzzo. You cuzzo now. Don't bro me. Don't give me the whole bro card and then don't treat me like the bro. Like, don't do that.
Bro said he didn't get off his ass till it was too late for Ace. That man was all about family. Let both of his number twos and his crew die. The only man he ever called his brother, he let die.
Yo, who said that comment?
That's
What's the hat name?
uh Zen Man 311.
That's why I asked. It sound like a familiar pick. Shout out to Xander. That's my guy. Grand Fleet.
I hope Whitebeard not stopping the Ace against him as a character so deeply. That shit was ridiculous. Um, yeah, man. I think that's like my one. I you can
You with me.
we
You
can
with
yeah
me.
we can
It
say
don't
Oda
add up.
answered
It
it,
don't add up. For
but
everything Whitebeard
yeah,
stand for, he
nah.
looks great till you get to that part.
That's
It's like,
the one blemish on Whitebeard's
yup, the one.
story
Yup.
to me. Like everything else
And
is
you know,
superb.
you know what kills me about it? The nigga had kids. You was literally like, no, give the food back. Don't take food from the Roger Pirates. Give them. You sound so caring. You really sound like Unc, bro. You really sound like Unc, but where was Unc when it really counted, you know?
Yeah,
I guess that's really Uncle like,
uh,
but you know, hey, just
yeah.
say
That shit actually made me mad
Shanks.
when I thought about it for the first
Yeah,
time.
bro. At least Shanks did some shit. Shanks came to Wano, stayed at the coast, and dropped the beam on a nigga. Like, Whitebeard, you've done nothing. You've done nothing, bro.
Yeah,
And to be fair, Shanks was a kid, and his whole time of knowing the man.
yeah.
Bogart pulls up at God Valley. That was interesting. They could be talking about an ancient weapon as far as what Rox was talking about, or the treasure at Hachinosu. It could have been an ancient weapon. That is plausible as well. Or it could have been that egg on Roger's ship. Because we still ain't gone back to the egg on Roger's ship. I want to ask you a question. This is completely off topic. We were talking about this on our Discord. I just want to see where your head's at with it.
Talk to me.
What do you think about the Florian Triangle? Those red eyes that big ass shadow on those red eyes we saw glowing.
I think that was Emu. Correct. I think that was Emu.
Listen, I'm listening. I'm rolling the blicky right now. I'm listening to you. Talk to me. I like this thing. Talk to me.
I think like for one, I mean we only saw a silhouette. Um, I I think one we know Oda likes to just sprinkle shit in, just so he can foreshadow it later and make everything come full circle 800 fucking chapters later. But
you might be fucking right.
As Emu was like that, because I mean he's like, let's call it standing. He's standing next to these other mountains that are somewhat shaped like him.
Yeah, looking over the shit, like looking over everything that just happened.
Facts.
And the only reason he's not seeing is because the mist. Yo, you might be right about this shit. You know what a Umibozu is? So ever since we get this Saturn lore, people have been looking up like, the demons that it could be meaning. One of the demons that popped up is something called a Umibozu, something that is like a ball-headed demon. So people expect that no Sujoro, the ball-headed Gorosei might be him. I don't think so. The Umibozu's lore is something that pops up out of the ocean, and it has like the same type of gaze that we saw. You get me?
Okay.
And the Umibozu is from that same realm level as the Saturn Devil. If you look at the lore behind the Saturn Devil, the Umibozu comes from that same fucking. It's probably literally the next page. If not, just scroll down page a little more. You see his demon. So if it's there with Saturn Gorosei, I'm expected to believe that either what we saw from the Umibozu is either going to be in a Gorosei or in themselves. And literally, that what you just said, it matches up. Damn.
Oh, real shit. I think I mean it's kind of hard to gauge it from like a perspective since it's so rare where we actually even just see this place. But I think the throne.
A lot of people. I was on Discord the other night. A lot of people were trying, like 2 or 3 people trying to tell me, "Hey, look, this might not be nothing. Oda probably just put this in the story. It's just a troll. Blah 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 blah."
Oh, the red eyes. Oh no, that's something.
No. I said that. I said, bro,
oh no, that's silly.
That shit. I'm not buying that bullshit.
Yeah,
Bro.
Oda doesn't just troll in that fashion. Oh, if it's in the story, it's important. Like, think about it. We literally got a backstory on a fucking frog in Water 7. This shit was important, bro. Like Oda's not just Oda doesn't do that. If it's in the story, it's for a reason. Like
I agree.
Thriller Bark. I can't think of a girl name right now, but she was the warthog. We find out she has a sister. Boom, take us to Cake Island. It is fucking
You talking about
important.
Lola?
Lola, exactly. It's important. Everything is important, and he sprinkles it in as to like see if you're gonna remember or not, or see if you're paying attention. It's like he did with when they were talking about what's her dude name, the admiral. It was like, oh, he sided with Blackbeard. All right, let's change the topic now. And they never brought that shit up again until we literally saw him with Blackbeard, and that was literally like what 400 episode gap, maybe more, maybe more. But um, yeah, she'll sprinkle that shit in just to see like, are y'all paying attention? Because I'm gonna talk about it later. But if you're
Yeah,
not paying attention, you're not gonna know what's going on, and the story's gonna seem that even that more crazy if you didn't pay attention. But if you did, you're gonna see like the full circle come before everybody else. So no,
yeah.
it definitely wasn't. He wasn't trolling with that.
We
I
on the same
100%
page,
think
my
that's
guy.
emu.
We are on the same page. Well, we're reading the same book. That's
Big
how. That's
facts,
how. We're reading the
big
same book.
facts. 'Cause the Straw Hats didn't even see him at that point. Like you were saying, because of the mist. Um, like I said, I don't know exactly how
No
big the
one's.
throne
Yo,
is,
I went back and
but
rewatched it. I went back and rewatched it on Netflix because Netflix has Thriller Bark and on One Piece up.
mhm,
I went back, scrolled, went to the last episode of Thriller Bark. That is the last episode of Thriller Bark. The narrator is talking. It's not somebody's point of view perspective. It's the narrator. The narrator only talks when we're getting gems, bro.
yeah,
Legit.
it ain't no Hunter. It's the
Thank
narrator's
you.
talking,
The narrator only
he's
talks when
spitting.
we're getting gems.
Yeah, yeah,
And the narrator puts in context, says, hey, no one knows what's going on with the Florian Triangle, blah, 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 blah. The whole thing about it, that 100 ships disappearing every year, that is not due to Moria. That was happening before Moria got into the Florian Triangle. Legit. On top of that, this is why another reason why I give you credit for what you're saying about Emu is because the Florian Triangle is right by Marine Base HQ.
mm, mm,
It's right by Navy headquarters.
mm,
Sabaodi's right there, and Sabaodi's also next to headquarters.
yeah.
It's too close to just say this is some random shit, man. Too
Yeah,
close.
no, yeah,
I'm sorry.
nothing's ever random in this show.
Yeah, I'm
Everything is
sorry. I
calculated
agree. This is not that type of show, guys.
at
I'm
all.
sorry.
And that's the beauty of it. It's that good for a reason. It's peak fiction for a reason. It's all
Yeah, this is the
calculated
biggest fantasy story ever made. I agree.
facts, 110%.
I'm on the
Um,
same page with you. I'm leaning. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah, because that's like when we got like the full, and I don't even want to say the full introduction of Emu because we haven't even just seen this nigga outside of a silhouette yet. But
Mm-hmm.
that's literally the closest thing I could think of it being. Like that's the only thing that fits the description.
Yeah.
You know?
One dude on Discord was trying to tell me, "Oh, that's the same. Isn't that the same shit we saw at Skypiea with the big silhouette in the skies and the shadow?" Said no. That was due to people living on a sky island, and we know about that. This has completely different context around it. There is no darkness that comes and no none of that before. It's not like Skypiea.
Mhm.
These people are shrouded in mist, and nothing ever comes out of that mist in that triangle.
Mhm.
These entities are staying in that mist, and they're probably the reason for the mist in the first place. So if it was the world government, as far as like Emu, this would make a lot of sense because this is not something they just want everybody to see.
Mm.
We don't know what's going on in there. We don't know what those are islands next to that. We don't know what's on those islands. You know, maybe God got into the Florian Triangle. We don't
It's
know
a bunch
these
of islands
things
over
yet.
there. Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
could be
saying?
for sure.
Worst speculation though. Definitely worth speculation. Is it the comments saying anything? I can't see nothing.
Talking about continent pillars in the comments.
Yeah, the Ors race, the ancient giant race.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I wanna touch with you about one more thing before we close it out.
Yeah,
End of the chapter, Dragon gets this crazy news. Says Jenny's been captured, and this is right before she's supposed to link up with Kuma.
yeah.
What are your thoughts? You think this is like where Jenny dies, or
She can. A lot of theatrics could play into what's about to happen next. I do think Kuma saves her.
mm,
I think Kuma does have a baby with her. I don't want her to die here because I do think that Bonnie's her child. So I don't want her to die here. Get me?
Yeah.
I want Bonnie to legit be Kuma in Ginny's child. So
yeah,
I want her to legit be her child, be their child. So right now, this will be the moment that changes everything. Kuma's afraid to love Ginny the way he's supposed to. So what happens? She goes through like a near death experience, getting kidnapped. Kuma comes in, saves the day. That is her hero, anyways. Her hero is Kuma, not Dragon. Dragon's hero is not Dragon. Kuma's hero is Dragon. And Nico.
Right.
But you can say Dragon. Right. He aspires to be someone just like Dragon as well.
Literally called him a hero in this chapter.
Exactly. But Ginny's influence, Ginny's lover, Ginny's hero, her everything is Kuma. So it makes sense for 100%. Kuma, and that's the person she's supposed to link with. So it makes sense for that platoon to be the ones to go get her. They'd be close to her in a sense. So I want her to get saved by Kuma. I want Kuma to realize I love this woman more than I thought I did. I have to keep her safe.
Because she did propose
to her. If I'm not married to her, something will probably happen to her. Because now it's, I don't want to marry her because this could happen. Now he needs to start feeling like if I don't marry her, even it can still happen. So marry her. If not marry her, have a child with her. Something. And that gives the credence for what's going on. I think she's about to get saved. In her getting saved, she could be on her deathbed, probably, maybe. You know, but that goes against my theory of her being mom. You know what I'm saying? So, but she could definitely be of that sense. Like even right now, I think Kuma's about to pull up. I think Kuma dies. I think Vivi gets that devil fruit. But I think Kuma dies.
Hold on.
I think Kuma's fruit is based off a cat, not just the pawpaw fruit. Notice every time they talk about Kuma's devil fruit, they give you a picture of a cat. Go back to when they first talked about the chapter, talk about Kuma's devil fruit in Thriller Bark. Robin thinks of a cat. And she
I remember that.
Ginny does the same thing. One devil fruit turns you into an Azor dragon. The other one allows you to use your paws to send people flying, this, blah, 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 blah. She's legit looking at a cat that pops up. There's a theory from one of my favorite theorists on YouTube, shout out to Prelo. He thinks that devil fruit is just like Luffy's devil fruit in a sense, whereas, you know, the real thing about it is that it's been hidden from the world, or the truth of the devil fruit has been hidden from the world. I think it's based off of a cat god, an Egyptian cat god. And this Egyptian cat god actually has a plan with drums of liberation. A bunch of other things too. So I'm still researching it myself, but it's something that's in the air. You get me? So as of right now, I would say, I know we're wrapping up. I really want to say, I think with the Ginny situation, I think we're about to get in the next chapter. We're going to find out. I mean, this chapter kind of tells us why Kuma becomes a tyrant, but he's not really a tyrant.
Yeah.
It tells us how he becomes king and how the people end up looking at him and all that. They're going to call Kuma a tyrant because they dethroned the king by force. So you're only going to be looked at as a tyrant because of that. Sure. He's not really a tyrant. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Luffy's not really a terrorist.
Yeah, he's not really a terrorist, and he's not really a revolutionary neither. Like what Dragon does is straight up revolutionizing. Same thing with Sabo.
Yeah.
Luffy's just doing personal interest, personal gain. Like, my crew don't fuck with this, so we doing something about it.
He's a pirate who happens to have good morals.
Yeah, exactly. He's a different kind of pirate, as the live action version like to say. So yeah, that's the lines. Those are the lines I'm along. Those are the lines that I've been walking as far as that goes. Not sure that answers your question full on, but yeah.
Okay. And you think that the world government kidnapped her, or do you think it was somebody else like pirates or something?
I want to say pirates.
Okay.
But it would make sense if it is world government trying to get like close to dragon type shit.
Right.
Like that's not implausible or unreasonable in the slightest.
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm going with it as of right now.
Okay. I'm mostly on your side there too. I don't know because it did say. I think this is interesting. It said that she was the commander of the East Blue.
That's Bello Betty. I think she had Bello Betty's. You know who Bello Betty is? Flag girl in the Revolutionary Army. She had like the flag for whatever, or not flag for, but some fruit that allows you to raise people's motivation and shit. Like she could make you feel like you're like and the arc we get put on to the Revolutionary Commanders. Basically, there's a pirate by the name of
Common saying rally fruit.
Rally fruit. Thank you. That's probably Zan too. What's it called? Yeah, that's my guy. He on it. What's it called? He went from, this is funny how Oda does it. The same girl that finds Ace in Ace's cover story when Ace was like done out from the water and all that, and then that girl gives Ace the milk, restore, basically, pampers him until he's back to being good. This same person is the person that they visit her as Lucia, actually. That was actually Lucia Kingdom. That's how crazy Oda is with this. He put Lucia way back in this from Ace's cover story when he was looking for Blackbeard. She comes, they're revolutionizing that village. That village is basically having a bunch of shit go down that they're not too fond of. She uses the rally fruit. She takes a girl who's just a little farm girl. That little farm girl picks up a stick and she ends up taking out a pirate that has a bounty of 62,000 or whatever the fuck. And then we see her again with Sabo. She's now being full on. Bello Betty gives her a beaver card for the Revolutionary Army. That's no good anymore because we just saw Baltimore get destroyed by Blackbeard pirates. Cool. Now it all comes full circle because Lucia Kingdom just got dethroned. Coup d'etat, that's what they call it. And Sabo recruited that very same girl to now be a revolutionary. So now next time we see that girl, she's going to be a revolutionary. You get what I'm saying? So I like how Oda made that whole thing come full circle. But I do think whoever it is that, I want to go back to this, whoever it is that kidnapped Jenny has to be someone either out for the Revolutionary Army or someone who's literally trying to get Kuma's attention directly. And that's how I feel about it. So it could be pirates, but it also could be, to mess with the Revolutionary Army, I think got to be somebody world government affiliated in a sense, or a pirate on that side of things. Like how the king was on that side of things where he was poking at the bear. He like, listen, you can call this outside, we can call that, that's not part of the nation.
Yeah.
We gonna call that distributed half.
Crazy.
We gonna stop that from happening, so I don't gotta keep paying all these crazy taxes. And then we can use anybody on that side of the city. We can use them as we please. Same shit that was happening in Goa. Same shit that was happening in Goa Kingdom with Sabo's backstory. The Dragon Net Sabo. Same shit. They Goa Kingdom, they said the Great Terminal for the birds. They ain't part of this. We're gonna eliminate that whole terminal. Crazy. Same thing that was happening in KUMA.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened in KUMA is the same thing that happened. Crazy.
Full circle show, man. Full circle fucking show. I love it.
But this was a lit session, This was a lit session. I know today was your birthday too, man. So happy G Day, happy Goo Day, man.
Appreciate that, my guy.
I had dozed off a bit. I didn't even realize it. I was like, man, I was reading in my room, reading the chapter expression, and woke up, it was like 11 o'clock. I was like, oh shit, I missed 2 hours of good shit. What happened? It was still 8 something when I fell asleep.
Nah, man, it happens. It happens, bro. We all been there with this show. I'm gonna answer this dude's question in the comment section, then we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate the birthday wishes as well. Thank y'all so much. You, everybody in the comments. My guy says, last question: do you think that Oda's art style has declined over the years? Me personally, no, I do not. I think Oda's. You say increased?
I think increased. Like Luffy looks. If you look at how Luffy was drawn before compared to now, Luffy's completely different.
Yeah.
Now I would say this. I do think sometimes he gets a little lazier than expected. no eye surgery. So no matter what type of stigmatism you're dealing with. I do think One Piece from back in the day had more flavor. But that's something you kind of get more when you watch the anime rather than you watch reading the manga. Like, remember, this is one of my favorite scenes in the anime. Remember that scene when it's Captain Kuro. They were in Surf Village. It was Captain Kuro, them going down the hill. It was Zoro. Then coming further down the hill, it was those two guys that Gucci and whatever that were helping Django. Then further down the line, it was like Luffy all the way at the bottom of the hill. But the way they were zooming in on everything, the way they were like, if you go back and watch, just go back and rewatch Surf Village. Watch that whole fight with the Straw Hat Pirates and Black Cat Pirates, if that's what you want to call them. Kuro Pirates or whatever. Literally look at how they're doing it, and it literally is like it feels way more cinematic for an early anime. Whereas we want to get elements of that until we get back to Wano post time. We got it 3 times skip. Like all those super legendary moments that made it too legendary, like when Ace got taken out by Blackbeard and you saw Ace's hat. Like there was a lot of cinematic theatrics. Yeah. Where they weren't really doing those things post time skip. Yeah. But they brought them all back for Wano. To me, it looks like they brought most of that stuff back for Wano. They emphasized a lot more on it. So that when we go to Egghead, now we're like, a lot of people are saying, oh, after Wano, the animation is going to start moving. Nope. As you can see with the last episode with Green Blue and Shanks, they already started implementing new animation styles and it's working. Okay. So I think we're in for a ride when it comes to the animation part, when it comes to Egghead, as far as the drawing part. I think Oda's gonna get better. We just gotta get time. Just because he had the surgery, that don't mean a month later after the surgery, he's gonna be drawing A1 again. No, we gotta give time, let the treatment for his eyes, let him actually get to being in the studio, because a lot of the stuff that we're getting that's drawn out most of it could have been drawn out before he even had it. 100%. Everyone listening, they do not draw the chapters out every week so that we can read it. This shit is just like an album. You have to turn that shit in. Yeah. You gotta turn it in either whether it's 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 3 months. I think the least amount of time I'm gonna give is 3 months. You have to be 3 months ahead of the curve. Because notice we always get like a little schedule on when the chapters are supposed to drop and when we're supposed to get breaks. They don't know that unless they have the fucking material. You get me? So they're not doing this every week. Like, yo, I killed them last week. I'm gonna throw a rock. Yeah. I'm gonna blow their fucking mom. He's not doing that. For sure. That sounds amazing, but he's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not what's going on here. You gotta treat this shit just like an album. So he's turning this shit in. So we're now, I do think coming to the new year, we're gonna get a lot more news on. We're gonna get a lot more new. We're gonna get a lot more news pizzazz in the panel. But that's my take. Dope take for sure. Looking at the comments. Hey, hello, you too from Indonesia. That's crazy. We're reaching all the way over there. Really hope you enjoy it. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. I'm really glad y'all tuned in. Thank y'all so much for hearing us out, listening to our take. Like I said, me and my guy, we're gonna be up here doing these battleship bags, spitting this game at least once a week for sure. Sometimes twice a week, depending on what our schedule is like. You know, we all chasing the bag on our side of the map as well. So we couldn't get it earlier this week, but we supposed to wait for you guys. You think the chapter comes out in the middle of the week, and we rather not go over it when we just got spoilers and stuff to do it. Not everybody hates spoilers, so it's best to do it when the chapter's out. So like, hop on and be like, what's going on with the chapter? So we waited middle of the week Wednesday. Chapters normally drop on Wednesday. So I'm guessing, hey, we start doing this shit like every Wednesday, whenever the chapter does drop. And if we do another day after that, it will probably be more. So I was gonna tell you, if you want to do like a weekend day, we could just to talk about like anime drops or chapter, and then we can go over the anime, and then when the chapters are go over the chapter, so we have like 2 set days. Yeah, I like that. So if you want to do that, we could. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel. I got to catch up in the anime. I'm actually behind. I haven't. It's crazy enough. One Piece is my favorite anime of all time. I actually haven't seen the anime in a minute. I've been so busy, everything else in the fucking world. I always try to make sure I'm up to date on the manga because, like I said before, it's fiction. So y'all definitely always gonna catch me with that. I say this about the anime. The reason why I do believe the director of the anime for Toei Animation on One Piece, I think his name is Uda Kanasake or something like that. But it's Oda and Uda. OTA and UDA. They make these together. And SBS, Oda said the canon story of One Piece is the manga.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what the director of Toei Animation does with the anime, I am in full support of because he loves what he does as far as his level of interpretation. So when we see King and Queen with a few bandages on in the chapter, then we get to the anime episode and we got Gringo giving that on his ability while talking shit to the lead performers, and they have on even more bandages, and we literally saw Queen go into his hybrid state for 2 seconds and then go back out of it because he's out of breath, struggling to keep that up. I think what the anime does is drive home the point of emphasis that they're trying to put on the manga, things that you're not getting in the panel, like something that people like to call it's filler. I call this necessary filler, like canon filler, basically.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Rayleigh stop Marco with the one finger, the one Rio finger, the anime, people like, oh, that didn't happen in the manga, that's not canon, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oda and Uda are trying to drive home the point where Marco was at that time and where Rayleigh was at that time.
Yeah, give him perspective. He's giving perspective.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So in the manga, you can argue this all you want. In the anime, they're literally getting more emphasis for it. Gringo did not have a black blade. I'm sorry, folks. Now, do I think the manga is more canon than the anime? I think they go hand in hand. You pick your poison for certain events. Yes, Whitebeard did not get his face shot off in the anime. He got his mustache shot off. That was done for parental reasons. Like how we showed the TV how we showed the anime on TV.
Yeah.
At the time where One Piece was at, we were not ready for an anime like One Piece. That's singing to get that forward. Yeah. So they didn't allow that to be shown on TV. We know about the
especially pre-time skip. Pre-time skip is super. I don't want to say kiddie, but it's
no, you're right. They took Charlie's cigarette away before he gave him
a exactly. Exactly.
Just 2 years ago, they were talking about making blood in One Piece in all anime, making it instead of it being red.
I saw Seven Deadly Sins did that. That was disgusting. I hated that.
Yeah, it looked bad. It made a lot of people think it was up. So I don't think we should go there.
Yeah.
Make the blood blue or something. I don't know. Don't make white. White ain't the color.
Yeah, white's definitely not the right color. That's definitely not it.
But yeah, that's my take on it. I believe, me personally, anime is canon.
Yeah.
There is times when it conflicts with the manga, but I think the times when it conflicts with the manga are kind of more clear to me. And ones at least we're like, oh, this and that happened. That just me. Yeah, that's it for me on my take, man.
I'm in full agreement with you and everything you said. I definitely hope y'all enjoyed the takes we gave today. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this a minimum of once a week, hopefully twice a week soon. As soon as I catch up on the myself. Thank y'all so much for the support. Please follow on YouTube as well, TikTok, JV TV Anime, and all of my guys' socials as well. Hey, you know what he's talking about.
If not here, follow me. The link in the bio. The link that's in my bio that says Cat. Send me a DM. I will respond to you. Or I can drink, tweet, talk. If you're looking for people to just chat about One Piece with on a day-to-day basis, you don't have no friends talk about One Piece like that. Your friends might be lame. Bear with me. You get you right.
Yeah, definitely got us. Until next time. Peace.
Sir.